Hello, my name is Chris Palmer, and in today's local SEO video, I'd like to discuss some Google My Business optimization tips that can help you expand your proximity. Now, when we are discussing proximity, we are discussing the #1 ranking factor for local SEO and also Google My Business. So I want to go through just a couple of tips that you can implement to help expand your proximity. Now, generally, when users are doing searches for your business, your brand, particular keywords related to your business, GMB profile may trigger within 1 to 2 miles. And why are these particular locations showing up? One is the amount of businesses that answer the query. And what I mean by this is when somebody is doing a particular keyword search, right, for a service, one of the main factors is going to be how many businesses offer that service that are in that particular proximity. Now, how did they determine this? Now, I want to go ahead and show you this, and this is going to be my tip number 2, and it's an important tip. If you take a look at my particular profile, and I'm doing I just pulled it up here. I did SEO search. I did SEO Tamaqua, right? PA. Here, I'll go ahead and do it again quick. I want to show you this. So I know that this is mine, but this isn't the account that I set up the GMB on. But if you take a look here, it says their website mentions search engine. So SEO and search engine, they're semantically related. And that is the #2 way to expand your proximity. When people are doing particular searches, keywords that are related to your business or services. Now, they either need to be on your page, whether it's within content, it's a title, it's an actual service, it's in the alt text. It needs to be located on the page. So that is #2. If you want to expand your proximity and start triggering for new searches, you need to have now this may seem, very elementary, but this is a massive factor for your GMB triggering for particular searches. Yay. As you can see here on the map, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. I'm in Tamaqua, PA. Now, outside of my proximity would be this up here, Jim Thorpe. So if I wanted to expand my proximity, because as you can see, there's no internet marketing or SEO services related in Jim Thorpe. So if people started searching Chris Palmer, SEO, Jim Thorpe, this would expand my proximity filter. Then anybody looking for internet marketing, SEO, digital marketing services within that area, Google is more likely to show my result because it has been searched before and it was a branded search. So #3 is branded or keyword plus branded search outside of your proximity. So even if you are getting past clients or yourself on your cell phone, you're switching the airplane mode on and off, or maybe you're using some type of emulator, or perhaps you're just doing it manually, or you actually are running campaigns that you're getting and triggering searches, if you can include your brand or keyword plus brand in searches, right, with a local modifier on them to another town, you will start showing up farther away. This is another way to expand your proximity. You need to have and associate your brand with entities. As we know, anchor texts on the page, all right? Let's just say if you're selling a book, right? And that author has a page on Wiki and you do a link to that Wiki page. That is a entity association. You have an anchor text to that Wiki page. You're associating yourself, right? This is entity association, right? This is the semantic web. This is how things are working. How does this equate to local search? So we need to start having landmarks and entities mentioned on our website that are in locations that are farther away. So one of the ways that we could do this is we could have a page that's dedicated to a service area. And within that service area, we may mention some diners and have directions, right? Or any other type of landmark, streets that will associate us with that other entity, the entity being another town or city outside of our proximity. Now, again, I want to mention that a normal proximity is generally about 1 to 2 miles. So when we're talking about expanding, we're talking maybe 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, unless you're the only business type that's being searched for within that region. So that means that, let's say I'm an SEO agency. If somebody is searching 100 miles away and there's none within their vicinity, they're going to do the person who has the best entity, brand dominance, the best entity dominance for that particular type of query. That's the only way that I'm going to show up that far away. So you need to start making those associations with those further away locations by doing links, by talking about streets, by talking about landmarks, by having any type of association semantically within your content or within links, link to other businesses that are in that proximity location. That's the only way you're going to start triggering. And number 5 is going to be building directions. So if you want to start showing up, you need to mention this within your Google My Business as a service location. What if I'm not a service-based business? Well, if you're not a service-based business, maybe you do deliveries. Maybe there could be a creative way that you can mention those other locations, whether it be within your description or at least on page. Then the next way that you could go about doing this, and also if you're a service-based business, you should do this as well. So building directions to particular landmarks, building directions to actual towns. If we take a look at my map here, if I service all of this area, I would build out directions from Jim Thorpe to Tamaqua, which is my location.